Hello. So what I'm going to be doing today is actually going over two different students' responses to one series of rotations that they are working on for a homework assignment. So in my diagram, I printed this out just ahead of time so I'd be able to demonstrate a little bit more clearly. We have both of these two students' reasonings for student 1 and student 2, where they're creating this, I cannot see, this first flag right here that is upright. They're trying to rotate it to the second flag that is down right. However, with the definition of rotation, it has from the center point 0 to give it as my wrist to demonstrate the center point 0. There will be turning this angle where each point, or say each finger that I have, will be moving by the same angle, which is this determining alpha. However, student 1, they did not use this accurately. So in purple, sorry about the noise, that's my cat. So in purple, I have demonstrated this point O that they should be rotating about. If they were to rotate it about at that point, they would be left with this triangle here, which is actually a unit down and to the left, as far away from the original flag where they're hopefully trying to get. They did not do it by one specific angle. They actually did it with that angle and a translation by one to the left and one down. That's the only way they would have been able to match up those points together. However, student 2 is actually a little bit closer. For their reasoning, they used the similar upright flag that I will demonstrate, but they have the center point at the bottom of that flag. Now, as they were rotating it, they were left with this image here, which is significantly closer than student 1, where it's only a translation of 1 over to the left rather than 1 over to the right and to the left. With student 2, they know they would have to actually follow that same angle to get the flag poles, I'm going to say, to line up correctly. So they were closer in their thinking, but they did also have a translation. That's the only way they would have been able to get from the flag that is upright to the flag that they have created, apart from the one that I drew. The one that I drew, it should be the correct representation of what it would have been like if they were to do that correct rotation. Both of them needed to actually do a rotation and a translation. A reflection wouldn't have been necessary in this unless you wanted to do just an absurd amount of them, which is not the practical way to go about this because the orientations of the flag are actually the same as soon as you rotate it. So rotation was actually the best way to kind of go about it, but they also needed a translation where it would actually bring each point, so I'm going to also mimic it with my hand. So they created this angle, and they also had to match up the fingers kind of with each other as I'm trying to demonstrate right now. That's the only way that they would have been able to get the certain flags the way that they oriented it. So both of them did not have a clear understanding of rotation. Both of them tried to do a different center point as the rotation and did not end up with the same angle. Both of them had the similar 90-degree angle counterclockwise. However, they did not perform it correctly. Student 2 was much closer than student 1, as I again will demonstrate by the picture, as student 1 will have to do 2 translations, one to the right and one down, while student 2 will only have to do 1 translation to the right. So I think actually it's a connection of matching up their understanding of rotations, which both of them have some understanding about. I think student 2 had a better understanding because he knew the flag poles were able to match, but the flag was able not to. Again, I'm trying to demonstrate with my hands. While student 1 was trying to do a different center point of rotation, which did not go well. Even if he had the center point of rotation to be one more unit down, I will demonstrate right here. Even if he had this center point of rotation where he did it about instead of the end of the flagpole, he would have resulted in a similar case as student 2. However, that is not the point of rotation that he did it about. So if he did it about that different point, that would have been 1 down and to the left, which would have actually been a little bit better of a choice of rotation. He would have ended up at the same place as student 2. However, both of them did perform a 90-degree rotation counterclockwise, which is better to match the points up together, but they did not do it successfully since both of them needed another translation. And that's all I have to say.